Just the 4 hour. All right, so this is the monthly. Wow. All right, so the monthly we got a breaker and we broke the previous month's high. Okay. Let's see that. So it's technically bullish on the higher time frames, but you're looking for a pullback pretty much
Yeah,
to continue
that's right.
this
Yeah,
pressure.
yeah, that's right.
The daily. Wow, so the daily already has a little bit of a pullback here to that ERL low.
Yeah, and if you check the weekly candle where it closed, yeah, and if you do the fibs on the weekly candle, it closed below the 50% and below the 0.79 level. So I believe that for the next week it might go down until 20, 8, 2800.
Okay. That was good. And is this regular gold or is this gold future? Okay, so this is spot
Regular gold,
spot prices.
CFDs, yeah, CFDs.
You know,
Because I trade my gold on my private account. We're on IC markets.
right. Now let me go back to the floor real quick. Okay. Wow, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and if you do break that low, that 4 low, which is ER low, that might have a very big downside up to 740 to 740 area.
All right, that's a bet. That's a bet. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys what I'm looking at also then. But all right, so let's start. So let's start with the highest trend that we have right now, and we got this trend that's dating back from October 2023. So this trend started 2 years ago, and
Uh-huh.
we've been on this straight bullish path since October. Um, and the biggest rejection we had, in this, which makes it like a new area of interest, would be right here. This was a strong crash down right here, bow, before we
Mhm.
started this accumulation to the upside. So I'm gonna go ahead and box this out too. I didn't have before. Hold on. Let's take. Should I take the whole move? No, let's just take that. Bow. So long as I stay above that, I'm not even looking for any like crazy sales. All right, bow. So we started that trend. We're above this. And let's come down to my 30. So this is my higher time frame break and retest right here that I'm going to remain overall bullish until we get below. Damn, I want to change the I want to make it a little lighter. I want like a bunch of dark colors. All right. Okay. Okay, so now that I know that if I stay above this red area, this is my higher time frame break and retest. Let's make this red too so we can know what it is. Anywhere above that is safe for me. So now we're working in this area. So then the next thing I did was I boxed the momentum of New York session. So the momentum of New York session for me is from 9 to 12 because 9:30 is when New York session actually opens. And then at 12 p.m. we get the lunch hour. So to me, that little section is normally where the biggest volume happens in New York. So if you guys can see this dark where it's like dark green, that's the first 3 hours of New York. That's the 9 to the 12. So I normally box that volume and use that to kind of just like see what the direction is because pretty much the New York Open sets the intention for the day. So if price breaks out of that's how I know where it's going to go for PM session and also where it's going to go for Asia if I decide to trade Asia. So pretty much you guys can see right here. Let's start back here in the first one. Oh, we had one right here that I missed. All right, so wow. So this was the first New York session right here. This was on February 4th, right? So let me go ahead and box it. Make this a thing. It's either this procedure or no procedure. Wow. So you can see how price came. When price first broke out of this New York section, so we got this is 9 a.m. and this is 12. But it says 11:30, but the end of this candle is actually 12. So I just boxed that. That's all you do, right? So then price comes up with a bullish engulfing and pressure breaks out of our New York value. Soon as it does that, mind you, this is the 30 minutes. So a lot of this stuff I do in a 5 minute. If you're doing a 30 minute, it'll be a little bit more accurate because higher time frames are more accurate. We break out of our 30, we break out of our New York volume, right? And then this creates a demand zone. So I already know if price comes back to this is my entry.
Usually,
Yeah. So you can see how
Uh-huh.
usually.
After price broke out of my New York
Yes,
demand,
someone in there. We should in
we
there.
came back
We
into
should in
this.
there.
Or I mean, after we broke out of our New York volume, we came back into this demand zone right here for price to take off. So it's just an example of how the New York thing works, right? So then price comes and makes this New York session. You feel me? And we broke this New York session to the downside. So this is the first 3 hours. This is the volume. This
It's
is
the first 3 hours, right?
yeah, the first. So it's from 9 to 12. So on the 5 minute, these wicks right here would have been your break. So this where price would have broke out and showed you that the momentum for PM and for Asia would have been to the downside. As soon as this wick happened right here, showing us that this. So in the 5 minute, it's a break. So really, if I was waiting a 30 minute, then this would have been my confirmation because this is the real candle break. But on the 5 minute, my candle break would have been here. So that's just showing you how you could use the concept on different time frames. So long story short, as soon as this wick happened, this sweep happened, I would be expecting to take the high, but I would know that if it can't get past the median, that's indicating that this already is telling me that we're having sell pressure. And as soon as we don't get past the median, then I would already know the sell is going to continue. And in the median is where I'm going to look for my supply and demand zone. So in this case, it would be a supply zone. It's right here. So this is the up candle before the down move, right? Last up candle before the down move. So that's the entry, right? So look, this is where the 5 minute gave us our confirmation that we're bears. This is our entry. Perfect 2 wick entries to crash down. So you would have wick entry here, crash down, came back up, wick entry here, crashing down. And you guys know this is big momentum because this is New York. So you know whatever happens in this 3 hours is strong volume because this is where all traders entered the market. And people that don't trade Asia still entered here. People that don't trade London still entered here. So this is where 90% of the volume in the market is. So I know that when I put my price action shit in here, it's always going to get some type of reaction. As you can see, we got the breakdown, bow. And then even if I did the same thing here and I waited for the 30-minute break, this would have still been my New York median to get the sell off of. So then let me go ahead and delete that. So you guys can, so we can keep doing the process. So then right here, we came back into this. This is the original move that I showed you guys on Tuesday. This was Wednesday. So on Thursday, we came back into Tuesday's New York volume. You feel me? And all we did, damn, fuck, where's my thing? So we came back into Tuesday's New York volume, and all we did was sweep the low. If you guys did my sweep masterclass, which you might have not, I'll drop it on, I'll drop it in Jav's chat for anybody who didn't see the sweep masterclass. But when a sweep happens, basically, if price sweeps a low, it's supposed to come take the opposite side of a high. So that's just the short definition. So here's the sweep right here, low. I don't know if you guys can see the arrow, but that's the sweep. And when that happens, that tells me that the opposing high right here is the target. Sometimes when you slow down, you can see this shit so clear, bro. So look right here, sweep, just a wick, took my 30-minute low, and I'm seeing that price doesn't want to break below the Tuesday volume. You feel me? So this was Tuesday's New York volume. Thursday Thursday we used New York to shoot back into Tuesday's volume, but we didn't want to break Tuesday's volume. We just wanted to wick the low. So that's telling me that all the traders that came in on Thursday were not strong enough in New York session, were not strong enough to get below the buyers that came in on Tuesday. Tuesday's buyers are stronger than Thursday's sellers. So as soon as we came and Thursday sellers could only wick the low, I would have known when New York session when the New York session's over right here, I would have known, and we came back out of Tuesday. I don't know if you guys can see this. This where we came into Tuesday, this where we came out. Soon as we came out of this Tuesday, I'm back bullish. You feel me? And then when we come out of Thursday's New York session, I'm double bullish. Is anybody getting that concept? This is some shit I just started back testing like last week. But does everybody understand that or get the New York momentum concept that I'm trying to show? I didn't even see the chat. Hold on. About listening, that's fire, bro. All right. Also, y'all can unmute too, bro. I don't know if y'all are muted on purpose, but
I just showed up late. Can you do that? Do like a 30-second overview?
yeah, no. I'm gonna keep going over the concept, and then it's gonna be recorded. So we're gonna drop the recording when the video's over, also. But yeah, definitely unmute, guys. Feel free to talk, ask questions, or anything. All right, so Bow. So we're gonna continue right here. So here we came out of Tuesday's New York. So I can delete this because you guys know it's here, but I just put it up for you to have the concept. But when there's too many other boxes, then like the chart gets cluttered. So I just want you guys to understand that I'm showing you that Thursday came in to Tuesday's New York volume, but it couldn't get below it. It did a sweep. Once the sweep happened, I knew that we were coming to take the opposing high. Okay, if you guys didn't see the sweep masterclass, I'm gonna drop that video next. All right, so moving forward, let's delete this one. Now that we already knew we were bullish as soon as we came up there. So now we're only paying attention. And that bullish stayed above this, which you guys already know is our daily break and retest. You feel me? So let's keep going. So we got Thursdays, New York. We broke above Thursdays, New York. Obviously, we knew right here that we were bullish because we broke above Tuesdays. But let's just for the GP of teaching the concept, right here, here's Thursdays. So we do the breakup. Now that we broke out the New York session, we're looking during PM or Asia to get our supply and demand. So let's see, there's one here, the down candle before the up move. There's one here and there's one here. So we're gonna see which one is the one that caught. So here we broke out, we came down into our entry, and if you would have took this buy, you could have got a 1 2 3 4, like a 1 to 4 off of this supply zone. Then price comes down and invalidates that one, but still comes to this one, which is above our New York median. Because this yellow line's the median, right, of this box. So as long as I can get my supply and demand above that 50%, I'm remaining with whatever this pressure is. The pressure told me I'm going up. So it's just break, retest. You feel me? And if you were using Bell strategy, I don't know if you guys know my man's Bells, but this is the liquidity. He does a break, retest, liquidity grab into supply and demand. This is the liquidity grab right here. Wow, this little line. Let me try to make it a different color so we can see it.
That's the one exactly. Yeah.
Wow. So this pink line is a liquidity grab into the order block. So liquidity, price takes a high. This, and then let me draw the arrow right here. This is the liquidity grab into the supply and demand, and then you aim at your PD arrays. So I already had this lined up from way back here. So then I'm just searching for the entry. So the entry came here, and that we already knew our target was right here. Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Bet. So we're gonna keep moving forward and delete some of that shit. It's just concepts, guys, and then when you time them, you can get a good entry. All right, so bow. So this was Thursday's PM session into Friday. So then Friday we come. This is Friday's New York right here. So what Friday did, as soon as New York happened, well, basically right before New York opened, we came and wicked into the volume again. You feel me? So right before I should have kept this one up. So right before, yeah, go ahead. Somebody asked me. No? All right, bet. All right, so this is 9 a.m. right before New York opened, we came and wicked our demand zone again. So we already know we would have been bullish. Here's our second entry right here where the circle is, and then we would have been aiming at the New York volume. That was an easy TP. All right, then we're coming into this day. Wow, this is the first 3 hours of New York. Wow, so price comes 9:30, comes up, bow, comes down. I'm not trading none of this. Yeah, I would trade it because this is London Open. So if I was just bullish from the London Open, I would already be in. Like let's say because I like to start trading around like 4 a.m. So if I wake it up around 4 a.m. and I see we're above the London Open, sometimes I'll enter just off of that. But if that trade hits SL, then I'm going to wait for the New York volume to play out, and then I'm going to take this type of setup because this is more so my A+ setup. So then bow, this happens. So then I wait for New York volume to play out or whatever, assuming I took an L already. Then I wait for price to break out the New York volume right here. Bow, we break out of it, right? Everybody sees this break. Bow, candle break. Let me box it. Candle break out of the New York volume. Right there. Bow. So then I'll draw up my supply demand area and I just wait for price to come retest it. This little consolidation right here. See the price came. Wow. So price came and tapped it perfectly right here. And when it came up, this would have been because these are 3 pip zones. So let's say I took the entry on my supply and demand zone at 37. 3 pips down would have been 40. And then price came at a 1 to 5. So I only take 1 to 3. So if I would have got out of here, I really would have been aiming for this high. You guys already know because when we come out of our supply demand zone, we're aiming for this high. But if price didn't get the 50% of this, then that's what I would have known that we was bearish. So let me go ahead and show you guys the 50%. So this is our supply and demand zone, right? We're trying to take the high. But if the momentum can't get me to here, let me show y'all. I don't even have a fucking 50. Hold on. All right. Let's make that lines. Wow. So do you guys? Damn, this shit is so much easier when I'm explaining it to people as opposed to when I'm doing it live. That's so crazy. But look, all right. So look, supply zone here. Price stops directly at the 50%. So we know now that it can't get to this high, which is our actual A plus setup, because it can't get past the 50% of the volume. What it does instead is coming to this gap. So this was a gap right here. This was a 30-minute gap. So instead of going and taking the high, price reverses at the 50% fib and the 30-minute fair value gap. And when it does that, what are we aiming for? Our New York volume. You feel me? So we would just be aiming here now. We want the New York volume low or the supply and demand zone. So if we were aiming for the supply and demand zone, when price rejected this, we would have got there. And if we were aiming for the low, we took that too. So once we take that, this is now invalid. So now let's keep moving on, and so we can see what's going on currently. So when that rejection happened, we came down into this one. This is Friday the 7th New York volume. Price came into Friday the 7th New York volume. It got to the middle area. It pretty much got to this supply demand zone. Same thing, guys. We're just doing the same thing over and over. Got to this supply and demand zone. Comes to the high. Obviously, we didn't take the high. We came to this supply and demand zone on this side, but the concept still applies. You feel me? As soon as we leave the New York volume, we know that we're coming to some type of supply and demand zone on the opposing side. That's what we did here. And that's where price is approaching now, if you guys can see. So let's see. This New York came up. Bullish. Wow, we set this one. This one came. Price broke this New York volume here.
So it means price may probably buy
Came
it.
up. Right. And then fuck. Hold on, guys. So price broke this one, came up for that day. Then price created this one. This was a crazy New York session. You can see this is the biggest. I think this was CPI or something like that. This was the biggest New York session we had all month. You feel me? And all that was just to bring us back into this New York volume right here. Hold on, is this high enough? Hold on, I don't think that's high enough, guys. I got OCD, so that shit gotta line up. All right, anyway. Now, so price did all of this in New York just to bring us back to this volume. So right now, all I'm trying to do, I'm technically assuming we're gonna break this one and just come to this one. This is my backup. This is the sneaky one. A lot of people don't know. People looking at this one, they ain't looking at this one. So I want price to come take this out and reverse in this one. There's gonna be this green supply demand zone. This is what I ultimately want, but I'm also open to it just bouncing off of this because they could sweep this low. I don't know if you guys see this low right here. This is a higher time frame swing low, swing high. So all my swings are boxed. I got a swing here, swing here, swing here, swing here. So this one we came to this swing, we didn't take it. Now we're at this swing. So we could reverse here, but I would more so like price to sweep this, and then as soon as it comes back out, you guys know we be going over this 5 times already, so you already know the thing. As soon as we come out of this box, I'm coming to this box. You feel me? As soon as we come out of this New York volume, I'm coming here. And if we don't, that means we're coming to this one. Wow. And we'll come in there, which is also my supply demand zone. And as soon as we come out of this New York volume, and I'll buy it up to this one. Does that make sense? I'll just delete this one so we know that's what I'm doing.
Yes, sir. That's making a lot of sense.
All right, Bow, perfect. So that's literally what I'm looking for to start the week. I want gold to come down into the supply and demand zone and tell me whether we want to get lower and come here or reverse from here and head back to here. And even if it doesn't get over here, that's cool. I just want the high in New York. So the high in New York on futures is around 29.50, and that's pretty much all I'm looking for. So I could just draw this area out. That's all I'm trying to get to. Nice and easy, 30 minutes applying demand zone. I'm gonna just see how it rejects. I'm gonna take my entry either in this one, or I'm gonna take my entry in this one. It's literally not gonna be hard. And then all I'm gonna need to do is see it come out of this box, and that's all the confirmation I need. And I just showed you guys pretty much off the last month how the concept worked. All right, Bow. Then I'm gonna come down to the 5 just to see if we got any. All right, yeah, and on the 5, this blue right here, this is my monthly VWAP. So that's how you know the monthly VWAP price normally rejects off of it. I rejected my monthly VWAP here, strong rejection here, strong rejection here. So here we are at the monthly VWAP again, but we got this strong breakdown. It literally broke and retested it. So that's why I'm not going to 100% assume which low it's going to take because price already broke and retested the monthly VWAP. Like break, retest. It has enough pressure to take whatever it wants to take, even if it wants to come down to fucking back to retest my daily supply and demand zone that we did in the beginning. So I'm just gonna be watching these areas. I'm not gonna assume anything. I'm gonna wait for my confirmations like I showed you guys. And it's pretty much gonna have to come out of a New York session volume for me to feel like it has enough momentum to look. And then last one's down here, and I'm pretty sure it's not gonna come down here because it has to skip all of this, which is my daily break and retest. So that's why I'm more so bullish on gold. And on the future side, I'm pretty sure we'll stay above 2850. So that's what I'm watching. The supply and demand zone here, supply and demand zone here, New York volume, all above 2850 to get back to near. This is all time highs, then to get back to near all time highs. You got anything to say on that, Ash or Javed, before Javed so it shows us his perspective?
No, I'm good, bro. I see what you're saying as well.
All right,
No, I see that.
Oedra, do you see that? And yeah, Mbaya, everybody cool with that projection?
Yeah.
All right, bet that. I appreciate the feedback. All right,
Yes, yes.
Javed. Thank you guys. All right,
I have
Javed.
to I have to mute sometimes because my kids sometimes they come around and make noise.
Oh no, that's understandable.
Yeah.
Same as mine. Same as mine.
All right, Javed, where you at, brother? It's gonna be a clean week for us, guys. I'm gonna try to pass the challenge live and then upload it to YouTube.
How many funded accounts have you got so far?
I have one right now. I had 3, but I blew 2 of them last week, just fucking not using my proper risk management. I told myself I was only going to trade one contract, and I found myself like kept putting 2 and 3 contracts in, which throws off my risk
Yeah,
my risk management. Because the way I trade, I like to risk 10% per trade, so that I have if I risk 10% per trade, let's say that I'm trading a 50K, and they give me $2,000 pretty much a drawdown to trade with. I like to only risk 200 per trade because that gives me 10 chances. But but because I traded 1 to 3, I could pass in five trades. So it take me 10 trades to lose, but 5 trades to fail. And that I normally never fail a challenge if I stick to that risk management. But if I go ahead and put 2 and 3 lots in, then that only gives me like fucking 3 or 4 chances for real. And it just throws off the whole plan, the whole structure.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then once I get down about 1,000 or 1,500, then I really just start saying fuck it. I'm like, all right, I'm about to either come back or blow it. But it's just frustrating because I know the strategy and the bias works. You feel me? Sometimes the shit will go directly to my TP, but because my risk was too big, I couldn't even handle the pullback, and it don't even hit my stop loss half the time. So sometimes it won't hit my stop loss, but because I over leverage the move, it'll still pull me out. You feel me? So
I hear you.
you guys trading Nasdaq too? I'm not trading Nasdaq this week, but I'm just curious if anybody is.
I'm just gonna focus gold and GU, bro.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been seeing you killing it, Bobby G. How many accounts you got now? Or are you just trading live?
I know. I've got my own accounts, bro. So I'm trading with my own account, and I'm trading one prop firm as well.
Okay, that's what's up. Oedra, you got any I hope I'm saying your name right, but do you have any prop accounts?
You asking me, bro?
No, I was asking Oedra FX. She's just a lady in here. That's one entry method and one concept. I can show you 50 different entry methods and concepts that work, and I can do them all successfully. But the thing is, they work. The consistency and how they set up shows up different on each pair. So this might work 90% of the time on gold, and it might work 50% of the time on NAS. That doesn't mean it doesn't work on NAS. It just doesn't work the same amount of time. So that's why it's better to, sometimes to like stick to one pair because they're just like females, bro. They have personalities. You feel me? So it's like the more you trade one pair, it's like you can see what's going to happen a mile away. Yeah, but matter of fact, let's just pull up NAS just so we can see, just so we can test the concept. I'll be waiting for Javed. You take all this shit off my chart. See, I can see right now it does work on NAS, but I can also see how it's not as clean. And that's before I even mark anything up. I'm gonna show you guys right now. Wow, so this is what's this? Monday the 3rd. All right, first example. Wow. So this is New York PM session. Price broke out of it, came back down. There's a demand right here, and then you would have bought up. Came back down into the New York volume, never got below it. Came out, took another high. So then here's another day. New York PM. Price came, touched the top, got close to the bottom, did not want to take the bottom. But once we got out of the buy, once we got out of it, the top side, we knew it was buying. But you can see how price took the whole session. This is a whole nother day, a whole different New York it took to break this one. You feel me? Whereas, and then right here it did it, but it didn't take my my next 30-minute high. Whereas on gold it would have did that. So you guys can see how it's working, but it doesn't work the exact same. But as far as like knowing the actual direction that price is going to go for the PM session, it does work for that. So right here you can see, just wait for it to break. You're selling for the rest of PM and Asia. You feel me? Right here. Wait for price to break. Buying for Asia. You feel me? Right here. Price breaks, buys for the rest of the session, comes back the next day, can't beat it, buys, and then on this day, on this New York that brought it down into it, you see how that would have played. So let's delete this one first. So came down, came up. Then when it came back down, it didn't take the low. This would have been my sign right here. When we came back down, when we came into our New York, so this is the breakdown. This is the breakup. When we came back down and didn't want to take the low, then I'm thinking something's up. I'm like, okay, on the 5, this is the 5 minute. So on the 30-minute, this would be showing up as a demand zone, and I'll be trying to ask myself, why is it not taking the low? And I would have realized it's because it's stuck in this one. Which is ultimately the reason why it's going back up. And then did it catch this? Let's see if it caught our supply and demand. This is a 5-minute one. Obviously, if you did a 30-minute one, it would have caught it a lot cleaner. But this is the 5-minute. Wow, and we caught it to the fucking wick, to the decimal. And then price came up. All right, and let's see here. We did it. The sales. This was the consolidation battle, supposed to break out. All right, so let's do this one. Yeah, so far it seemed like it's working pretty clean on NAS, bro. And the funny part is this purple used to be the only thing I trade. I used to trade London, right? Because this is London right here, 3 a.m. So my charts start at London session because that's the session that I trade. So 3 a.m. and then New York. So I would try to catch a trade for London. You see we bearish for London. And then if I didn't catch my London trade, then this purple would be my trading session. So I will only trade from 9 to 12, 3 hours, and I'll be trying to catch this move. Or I'll be trying to catch this move, you feel me? Because you see this where most of the volume is. But if I don't catch the move, I know what I'm going to do next for PM in Asia. Because what? Bow. Oh, we're bullish for PM in Asia. Okay. Who's calling me? Oh, my fucking God. Hold on, guys. Hello?
Hey, what up, babe?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hey, who won?
Man, they fucking calling me into on call at work, bro. I be hating that shit. All right, let's see. See a couple more. All right, so this was the day. Bow broke down, came into the demand. See this day. Just showing y'all the concept works. If I have to leave, if Java doesn't go in the next like 10 minutes, because it's been about an hour, then he'll probably just drop another link for you guys because I gotta run to work after this. All right,
You'll be with you guys shortly.
one. This is one where it didn't work, but that's why I don't like NAS, because this is a whole, from here to here is 12 hours. If I gotta wait for 12 hours for my setup to play out, then I'm good. That's why I like gold because it's going to happen within the same session every time on gold. That's how you can tell different pairs, different personality. So here on NAS, the break didn't happen till here, but then as you can see when it came back down, it wasn't trying to. When it came back out of it, it wasn't trying to take the low. So that would have gave you a whole new trend. And you can see it stayed above my EMA until it came down. And then when price did come down, so then let's pay attention to this one. So price comes out of this New York volume, buys for the rest of the PM session. Next day, taps back into it, buys up for the rest of the PM session. Let's see this one. This is you can see it's like a 75% retracement. 61.8, 75, whatever you want to call it. I'll break, buy for the rest. Yeah, man, you're getting some sauce right now. Man, you're getting some PM session sauce. Wow, and it's the last one that happened on NAS on this day. This was Friday. Price came, broke up, retested it, and then you just find your fucking supply
This is my
demand.
goal.
Bro, I think it's like last time. Newton.
Jim, I saw your purple boxes from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., right?
Yeah, 9 to 11.
9 to 11.
No, 9 to 12. My bad, 9 to 12. Because basically we're tracking the first hour of the New York session because the New York session starts at 9:30 technically. But if you trade in the hour chart, because I was trading the hour chart originally before I came to 30-minute chart, so I couldn't get the 9:30, so I just started with 9. You feel me? And then I realized that the PM session starts at 12. That's normally when the chart starts bullshitting or people take a break for lunch. So from 9 to 12 is where the majority of the volume is, and that's why I use that to pretty much predict where price is going to continue to go.
Okay, gotcha, bro.
That's NAS. But yeah, I could definitely see on NAS it works, but it's just not. It doesn't happen at the same consistency as gold, and that's just another reason why I want to lock in on one pair because it's like if I just stay on gold, I can probably make more. I can make more than I need per day if I just lock in on gold. So
Yeah, same, bro. Same.
I ain't gonna hold you though. I do want to see Javed's thing so I can compare it to what I have. If anybody else anything in the chat. He said women more complicated than gold. Yeah, bro, I'm definitely excited for this week. Got some bangers cooking up. And then for any of y'all that want to back test the concept that we just went over, when the recording's over, I'm gonna drop it in the chat for y'all, or I'll post it to YouTube. One of the two. And y'all can add that to your arsenal because all you need is about 2 or 3 entry methods or concepts. If you master those, that'll be enough to trade. So I pretty much only trade 2 sessions, like I told you guys. I trade the London and the New York. That is my. Well, I'll trade London, New York Open, and then New York PM. If I'm trading London, I'm going just off of where London opened. So I'm a buy or sell just based off of where we are compared to London Open. We're above it, I'm buying. We're below it, I'm selling. Some price action for my stop loss. Then if I hit that as sell, now we're coming into New York Open. You guys know that first 3 hours is where the majority of the volume is at. I'm gonna try to catch the break for those first 3 hours. I'm trying to get the move like this one right here for New York. I'm looking to see something like this. Oh, we came in and I'm catching that. And if I can't catch that, then my last resort is the strategy that I just showed you guys, which is trading a PM session or Asia off of the New York volume.
Can this other person mute his mic, please?
Who is it? Who is it talking? That's actually Javed, bro. Oh, let me mute it for him.
Okay.
But yeah, but you guys are also free to share your screen or any trade ideas that you have. Also, this collaboration right now, so far it's like mostly it's me, Javed, and Baba G, doing these weekly projections. But overall, we want to get to a point where you guys are using some of the concepts that we're showing you, and then also sharing your screen too, because you might see, I'm not going to see everything. You feel me? And I might have analysis paralysis. So it's like you guys might using a similar setup, you guys might see something, see the same thing, or see something that I don't see, and then we can use that as a confluence. So don't never be shy about like showing your charts or anything like that.
All right.
Hey, I just want to say I'm down with the weekly projections. I think these are very valuable, and I think they offer a lot of insight and knowledge as far as what to expect and what to look out for the week ahead. I would like to contribute eventually once I, drop some more charts in the chat and see what the response is, and hopefully if people, take to it, then I'll be happy to contribute.
No, I appreciate you, bro. Which group are you in? Okay, I dropped this weekly projection link in like 4 different groups. So which group did you come from, K?
Entry beast.
Entry beast. All right, bet that. Yeah. So we're gonna try to create a schedule. I'm gonna create a schedule with Javed. I have a group too. But I'm kind of trying to collab with him because he trades specifically gold. So I'm trying to start collabing with him. So for sure, Sundays at 3 o'clock is always going to be the weekly projection. And then he has he's live trading throughout the week. But I'm at work, but I tap in. So we're going to try to get a schedule for the live trading too, so that everybody just knows when to tap in. Because sometimes it's random, and I know you guys want to get on. Like Aridra asked us probably for the last 2 weeks, she was trying to catch the projection, but it's like it wasn't like timed yet. So we're gonna by March 1st, we'll have like a set schedule so where you guys can just hop on when you got the free time, and you guys will know that we'll be there. So we're gonna probably drop another link in like an hour or two, so Javed could put his portion onto it, and then we'll record that too, and then I'll just put the 2 recordings together and then drop them as one. But Javed said he's gonna drop another link in like maybe like an hour or two because he's eating right now.
That's fine.
All right, family. Hey, I appreciate y'all hopping on, man. We're gonna catch some bangers this week, man. I'm gonna see y'all when market
Thank you,
opens.
fam.
If I see any trade ideas as soon as market opens, I'll drop them for you.
All right. Thank you.
All right, gang.
Thank you, Ziva.
No problem, buddy.